We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
It's been a long week, and I'm a little on edge. I think I need to call my friends. Somebody come save me. It's 501, and we can drink the night away. Pour a little bourbon for me and my friends, and we'll see how this story ends. We'll kick up some dust, cause we'll see. Have a little good time drinking Kentucky gasoline. We ain't sorry, we're just having a little fun. We're drinking whiskey tonight, won't stop till the bottle's done. When the night is over at 6 a.m., I'll roll on home with a smile on my face. It felt like a good night, get a little crazy, let it all out and howl at the moon. My head is ringing like the plane has bells, and I can barely remember my name. Kick up some dust, cause we'll see. Have a little good time drinking Kentucky gasoline. We ain't sorry, we're just having a little fun. We're drinking whiskey tonight, won't stop till the bottle's done. We're feeling alright, we'll turn it up and get down tonight. We're feeling alright, we'll turn it up and get loud tonight. Kick up some dust, cause a little scene, have a little good time drinking Kentucky gasoline. We ain't sorry, we're just having a little fun. We're drinking whiskey tonight, won't stop till the bottle's done. Kick up some dust, cause we'll see. Have a little good time drinking Kentucky gasoline. We ain't sorry, we're just having a little fun. We're drinking whiskey tonight, won't stop till the bottle's done.
Welcome back, everybody, to another fun race with the NSRA tonight on this Labor Day special. We'll be running 80 laps at Talladega in the Gen 4 cars, just mixing it up a little bit here on this special event tonight. Currently, we're in qualifying. We're on board with one of these drivers. Now we just switched to a different driver, so we're going to have to get control of this here for a moment. Much smaller field than normal tonight. We are currently on board with let's see who's on track now. Dean Wilkinson during their qualifying runs. Should be a fun and eventful race tonight. Not a whole lot of drivers out there. However, smaller field, still 80 laps tonight. So it's going to be pretty exciting in these cars. These are the cars that iRacing had kind of made better unintentionally. So it should be pretty interesting. We've got about 2.5 minutes left of qualifying again. We've only got about 10 drivers tonight for the Labor Day special. A lot of people are probably out celebrating this weekend, celebrating being Labor-y. But we will get through this, and we'll have some good racing, that's for sure. And Dean intentionally spinning around. Is he going to save it off the wall? Keep it. Almost had it off the wall. Didn't quite work. Lynn McNeese currently out on track. Looks like he just finished his qualifying. We got the number 88 on track. All the drivers are actually in one specific room tonight, so there's not a whole lot of variation out there. For anybody out there watching right now, if you haven't done so already, do us a favor, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you're notified every time the NSRA broadcasting channel goes live. We are live Sunday nights with the NSRA, Monday nights with the ASR Tour, Tuesday nights with the SCSRA Blue Team Alpha Truck Series, and as well on Wednesday for the SCSRA Dev Sports Cards Next Gen Series. So like, subscribe, help us build this channel. Without you guys' support, we definitely would not be here. Tonight, we are running again 80 laps, 60% fuel with 4 sets of tires over the wall. Saw that in chat here just a second ago. Only 7 of the, looks like about 12 drivers now turned a qualifying lap. We're watching the only car that's still out on track here. Our session's going to go live here in just a moment. And let's go over our starting order. Feel like some of the paints didn't load here. Interesting. We'll have to figure that one out. See if we can get that refresh for the race. Starting pole, we got our number 55 car of Dean Wilkinson. On his outside will be Tom Dixon. Second row, we're going to have on the inside Lynn McNeese, the number 84 car, and the number 388 of Douglas Johnson to his outside. Third row, David Overstreet on the inside, Bubba Winningham on the outside, both the league admins, starting on row 4. Row 5, Zhao Guerra. I'm totally going to mess that up. I do apologize. The number 88 car and the number 8 car of Dana Osborne. Number 54 car of Todd Mays to his outside, Michael Pratt. I feel like, for some reason, it did not update correctly, because we are way past the amount of drivers we have tonight. Ash Regner and Brian Grimm will be following up as the last 2 cars on the starting order here. See if we can get a refresh of the paints here. Not sure what's going on. I've had lots of technical difficulties with trading paints lately. It's been interesting, that's for sure. We've got a couple people watching so far. Thanks for joining us, guys. And the pace car is rolling. Looks like we got some of these paints updated. The number 55 car there with his chrome numbers. Almost couldn't see him there for a second on that starting row. Now, differences between Daytona and Talladega. Talladega is a little bit wider of a track, a little bit longer of a track as well. And the start-finish line, instead of being in the middle of the tri-oval, is actually after the tri-oval, so it's after pit lane entirely. These Gen 4 cars are definitely going to be interesting tonight. We're going to see some serious speed out of these cars. Pace car is about to make that left-hand turn off the track. As you see, there it goes. We're going to hand it over to our starting car, the lead car, the number 55 here. And keep in mind, there are actually 2 Geico signs on the outside wall, which is definitely going to throw a wrench in the plans here. Got a green flag. Drivers are off. Number 55 gets a great jump to the outside, the inside lane here. 84 right on his bumper. You're going to get a good advantage going into the turn, or going into turn 1 here. That number 244, I'm sorry, the 388 of Douglas Johnson on the outside, trying to get to the 411 of Tom Dixon to start that run down on the outside line on at Talladega. The number 55 car, Dean Wilkinson, hots up to the top line here. Remember, smaller field tonight. We may not have as many wrecks. We may just be buying our time to see what happens. Again, only 60% fuel, so they're going to have to pit about every 15 to 20 laps. Let's throw up the 55's speeds and stuff so we can get a good idea of what they're running. Tom Dixon going into turn 1 at 194 miles an hour. They're going to have to lift a little bit. You see, that's the driver we're on. They may have to lift a little bit for them to be able to get around this track. We've got the number 8 car up on that high side of Dana Osborne with a good push from the 54 of Todd Mays. Car drifting up the track here. Look, you can see that there is room to go 4 wide here at Talladega, but you've got to do it carefully. And we've made contact with our first driver. 411 to the inside wall. We're going to get a caution. We have a caution. First caution of the evening. Let's rewind this so we can see this happen live. You can see the 388 just kind of drifts up the track a little bit. Douglas Johnson, of course that happens. Douglas Johnson just drifts up the track a little bit, which is what caused the incident. Go back here. And you could see it happened in turn 1 and 2 as well, where he just drifted up the track going into those big turns. Here he is just coming up that track slightly, makes contact with the number 8 car, who makes contact with the 55 car, and everyone goes spinning. Currently, Douglas Johnson and Tom Dixon both have meatball flags, so they will be taking a pit stop here. While we are making our rounds, we're going to go back to our leader here of Lynn McNeese and that number 84 car. There's a lot of drivers going slow right now, waiting for the pace car. Since that incident did happen before the start-finish line, that field is going to have to check up for the pace car. David Overstreet waiting for the pace car to pass so he doesn't get a passing under yellow. Pit lane was closed, so they were not allowed to pit there. Number 84 car is currently sitting out on track. We are going to pay attention here to the pace car, actually. We're just going to go to the pace car cam. While we're under commercial break, we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Bubba Winningham, and welcome to Chevy Land.
As you can see, all the drivers headed back down pit road for their second stop. What they're doing is getting just a top off on fuel for whatever they used on the first caution lap. Todd Mays is your current leader in that number 54 car. His numbers are interesting to say the least. Let's see if we can get a closer look at those numbers here. They just looked really blocky from far away. Interesting numbers there. He's going to catch up the pace car here on the back stretch. Lights are off on the pace car. We will be going green next time by. And someone losing control of the backstretch. That's David Overstreet. Because they all did pit again, it is going to be a single file restart. Again, we only have 12 drivers out on track. Actually, looks like we only have 10 drivers out on track. Ash Regner and Brian Grimm did not make the race. Our leaders, pace cars, making that hard left-hand turn off the surface here. Again, our field will restart single file because everyone took a second pit stop. And the green flag's waving. We are off. Let's see how long this single file racing lasts. It didn't last long. We're going into turn 1. Too wide with the number 55 car on the outside line. We're going to be too wide going into turn 3 here. That number 8 of Dana Osborne on the outside, pushing the number 55 car of Dean Wilkinson. They're now joined by the 411 car of Tom Dixon to make that second line work. That inside line is bumper to bumper. Where you can see there is a gap between these cars. It is harder to push in these cars. One, it's hard to close that bubble, and two, it's really easy with how pointed that nose is to actually pick up the rear end of these cars. We are on lap 6 of 80. Again, 60% fuel, 4 sets of tires over the wall. We have had 4, 5, 6 drivers of the 10 so far have taken a fast repair. They're going to have to be careful with the rest of this race. You can see even with Todd Mays, he's having a hard time staying on that bottom as he's going through these corners. Looks a little more stable this time by. Let's see if we can see. Reaching speeds of almost 200 miles an hour down that backstretch. And there's 200, 203. Left 55 makes that sudden left turn down to the inside line, right in front of the 54 car of Todd Mays. Go on board with Todd here for a moment. He's currently the lead car on that outside line. Able to make it back up to the front on that inside line. The number 54 car, the 55 car of Dean Wilkinson, right on his bumper. Being challenged on the outside by the number 8 car in the 411. Looks like they're going to get a third car up on that top line. You can see the 55 car is able to push the number 54 car of Todd Mays, but definitely wants to take it a little bit easier in these cars. Any big run and a big push is likely to get the car ahead of you a little bit sideways. Now with the small field tonight, we may see a lot of green flag racing here. So far, Todd Mays has led 5 of the 80 laps. I say that, and then we had a caution last time, or a couple laps ago, by the number 388, Douglas Johnson, kind of drifting up the track in the tri-oval, making contact with the number 8 car. Again, more than half the field has taken a fast repair at this point. Can't remember if there's 2 in this league or if they just have 1. Let's head back here to the number 9 car of Michael Pratt. Trying to make some moves here. Go on board. You can hear him lifting, getting into these corners. So just paying attention to the audio and how much those tires are scrubbing going into the corner. Which makes me believe that, let's see how far he has to turn to get this car to turn in the corners. He's off throttle. Looks to be a little loose while in the pack. But he's definitely only 60 to 70% throttle. We have a third line foreman here. Dana Osborne and the number 77 car of David Overstreet up on that outside line. The 388 again, drifting up into the corners. That door is that gap that he has on the inside line is closing quick. He's got to fall in line to make sure he doesn't lose this pack. The entire bottom line there was 77.55. That whole line going into turn 3 kind of drifted up into the middle lane a little bit. Something tells me they're having a little bit of a hard time getting into the corners. Now, I don't know if the 77 was stepping up for the 55 to take a breather. Number 9 is challenging on the outside. That's Michael Pratt, who we were just on board with a minute ago. No one went with him, though. So that line's going to fizzle out here. He stays to the high side, and he's going to fall back in line to the bottom of the pack, or the back of the pack here. But he's still going to be able to grab that draft and get back up here. Now, with Superspeedway racing, I mean, anything is possible. You could be dead last coming off of turn 4 and still win the race. Seen it happen multiple times. The 55 of Dean Wilkinson and 411 of Tom Dixon make that jump to the bottom side after getting some good runs coming into the corners or coming off the corners. That leaves the number 8 car of Dana Osborne in the lead on the top line here, being pushed by the 84 of Lynn McNeese. That third car in the group is the number 54 car of Todd Mays, who was our leader at the last restart. The number 8 makes the jump down to the bottom side now to get in front of the 55 car of Dean Wilkinson. That leaves on the top side the 84 of Lynn McNeese being pushed by the number 54 car of Todd Mays. We are side by side, 4 deep. The whole field is side by side racing right now. The number 84 clear for a moment there on that bottom side. 54 tries to go down with him, not enough room. Leaves him in the middle by himself. The 84 just left him out to dry. There is no middle line. The number 8 steps out from the inside line to get that same push that the 84 had from 54 of Todd Mays. Todd Mays is not going to really take kindly and keep doing this where he's going to push people to the front and then have them just bail out on him. That's definitely frustrating as a driver, to help other people get up there and then just leave you as soon as they can. Number 77 and that number 9 car of David Overstreet and Michael Pratt go ahead and get back down to the middle line here to catch back up to the 54. We are coming up to lap traffic at Bubba Winningham. Bubba comes off the wall a little bit here. He wants to just grab onto this pack no matter where he can. He just wants to grab on so he doesn't go any further laps down. He is able to pick up some draft here. That leaves the 54 car of Todd Mays and the 8 car of Dana Osborne on there by themselves up on that top line, but still be able to maintain pace here. Those 2 cars on the outside line, the 54 of Todd Mays and the 8 car of Dana Osborne, able to maintain a good pace. They now have a strong group of people behind them. The number 9 car of Michael Pratt, number 66 car of Bubba Winningham, who is currently a lap down, and the number 88 car. They've got a good line towards the top line here to be able to get those guys up to the front. But we are side-by-side racing for the entire field. Number 9 car kind of steps out going into 3 and 4. And I'm not sure if the car pushed up or if he was getting some air there. The 54 car of Todd Mays finally gets clear of that inside line, and he's able to do the same thing that's been happening to him over and over again. The number 9 car pushed Todd Mays up clear of the inside line and then decided that that's where he wanted to be. Number 66 car, Bubba Winningham, currently pushing the number 9 car of Michael Pratt towards the front. I wouldn't be surprised to see Michael Pratt take the inside line here from Todd as soon as he's able. That top line's, the bottom line's not really formed up at all between that 2nd and 3rd car. They need to be a little bit closer in drafting to be able to get a good solid run. Number 9 not able to make that pass. 54 of Todd Mays still your race leader. You saw that number 8 car that just kind of jumped to the high side and let the entire field by him. Not sure if that's a fuel call. And we do have the number 9 car, Michael Pratt up in the wall. Able to catch the back of this field still, hopefully. Todd Mays, still your race leader, but being challenged currently by the number 77 car of David Overstreet. David Overstreet is second in line on that top side, and he's currently pushing the number 66 of Bubba Winningham, who is a lap down. Doesn't look like Bubba Winningham and Michael Pratt were able to maintain that draft, and they are falling back slowly. Looks like they're able to actually catch the draft here. Michael Pratt. They're both going to have a fantastic run coming off the corner here. We're coming into the corner. I wouldn't be surprised if they use this slingshot mode engaged and go around the field on the outside line. That third line is always fast at Talladega. Small little block move there from the 77. Now it's only 2 cars to the inside. Number 77 of David Overstreet and number 55 of Dean Wilkinson. Number 60, I'm sorry, number 70, oh, no, I was right. Number 66 was able to get pushed further than Todd Mays, who was the leader at the time. However, the number 77 of David Overstreet has taken over the lead. From Todd Mays. Bubba is now hoping that if a caution does come out, he's in front of the number 77 car. And number 77 car says, "Not today, son." Makes that sharp left-hand turn, much like the pace car does, to get in front of the number 66 car, Bubba Winningham. Now, right now, if a caution were to come out, he would still get lucky dog, as long as he doesn't get a 0x. So anything is possible again. We'll see what happens. Number 66 car is giving a good push. Number 77 to David Overstreet. Number 55 is on the outside charging with Dana Osborne. He wants those laps led. The 55 looks to take to the inside line, but decides not to stick with the number 8 car of Dana Osborne. Number 54 to the outside with the number 9 pushing. He wants that lead back. They are catching up to the number 411 of Tom Dixon, who took a pit stop at lap 26. Looks like he got all 4 tires and fuel, which means we're going to start seeing some pit stops here momentarily. The number 54 of Todd Mays able to make it back out front. Number 8 car, Dane Osborne, pushing him towards the lead. Let's see who we get down pit road this time by. Number 8, Cardana Osborne thinks about it. Decides not to. The 411 is going to go a lap down right now. Tom Dixon stays up toward the wall, so he's not impeding traffic at all. You can see the drivers kind of wanting to get single file right now. I'd say pit stops are going to be coming pretty soon. Number 54, car of Todd Mays, still your race leader. Being pushed by the number 8 of Dana Osborne, being challenged on the outside by the number 9 of Michael Pratt. See if anybody comes down. Nobody comes down. You can see this field getting ready for pit stop. Single file racing. No one's pushing the issue at all. The only car on the outside line, I believe, is the 411 car, and he is a lap down. Here we come down pit road. These are our leaders coming in. Let's make sure everyone gets on clean. Looks like the 84 bends it coming in. That's Lynn McNeese hard into the wall. Able to back it up and get back rolling again. Now coming into pit road, Todd Mays was your leader. Let's see where he gets off. Let's see, does he get gas on the fuel only? Nope, the number 9 car is off before him. 8 cars off. Looks like everyone else may have only taken fuel and didn't get tires at all. Dana Osborne's pit was about 3 seconds faster than Todd Mays's. Todd Mays 15.1 seconds on pit road or on at his pit stall, which means he got 4 tires. Dana Osborne difference 12 seconds flat. 3-second difference between what Dana Osborne, our current leader, did and Todd Mays. Todd Mays come out on pit road in 4th place currently. Problem with that, he's by himself. We are still green flag race, and the number 77 car is coming up to the number 54 car. This leaves Dana Osborne in the lead with the number 9 car of Michael Pratt and the number 66 car of Bubba Winningham making up that second and third and fourth car. That 4th car is number 388 of Douglas Johnson. Your top 3 drivers are all in this one little group, and they're pulling away currently from Todd Mays in that 54 car and David Overstreet in the number 77 car. Our leaders with the commandable lead over David Overstreet in the number 77 car and Todd Mays in the number 54 car. Dana Osborne, your current leader, with Michael Pratt pushing. Followed up by the 66 car of Bubba Winningham, who's begging for a caution at this point. Number 8 car of Dana Osborne, still your leader. Field is kind of spread out now. Not a whole lot of racing going on track right now. We still have 34 laps to go this time by, so we still have a decent field. Saw some notifications here of drivers pitting in. Douglas Johnson, that 3D car, you're now your new leader with Michael Pratt, Dana Osborne pushing. The number 66 car, Bubba Winningham, is currently in front of that pack. So he can take advantage of getting waved around the pace car when that time comes. Douglas Johnson, your leader. 8 of Dana Osborne, your second place driver. Michael Pratt, David Overstreet, Todd Mays round out your top 5 currently tonight. Not a whole lot going on. We're going to be passing pit road again. We are still waiting to see what's going to happen with green flag stops here again. The first time around, it did split up the field pretty significantly because these other drivers were already on track. Douglas Johnson still our leader. We are under caution. Go to commercial break, folks. Actually, let's see if we can figure out what happened here. Douglas Johnson got a black flag. Let's see. Well, I can tell you what caused the caution. This man right here, David Overstreet. Looks like they threw a competition caution to get everyone back in line. Can't say I disagree with that. It was getting interesting out there. Everyone kind of separated after those pit stops. Everyone's pit now, back on lead laps. We're good to go. Let's see what happens. Folks, we're going to play a commercial break real quick. We'll be right back. We are back, folks. Number 388 car touching everything, including the pace car tonight. We're going to go to laps left. We are officially under halfway. '54 currently your leader. That's number 54 car of Todd Mays. Everyone is back on the lead lap. Again, we only got 9 cars here out on track. We are going to be going green flag here. And we're off. We are racing with 38 laps left to go here at tonight's race. 80 total. We're going to have at least one more pit stop. Let's see what happens. We're going back to 2 wide racing. Number 388 is up towards the front now. We are 3 wide racing with the number 8 car getting a great run on the outside line with the 84 pushing behind him. Let's see where he goes. Number 54 still your leader tonight. The 411 car of Tom Dixon is off pace. Towards the, he's actually middle of the backstretch right now by himself. Great racing up front with the 8 cars that are up here. Number 54 car, Todd Mays on that outside line with the number 55 of Dean Wilkinson pushing behind him. The 388 car on the inside line being pushed by the number 66 car, Bubba Winningham. Bubba is back on the lead lap after that caution break. And up here contending with the other 7 cars. The 54 and 55 are being pushed by the number 8 car of Dana Osborne. Both got clear and both went to the inside in front of the 388 car of Douglas Johnson. Number 8 car trying to find some room on the inside line, not able to find it, is going to be filed back to the back of this pack here. Since there's no other drivers that wants to go up to that top line with him. Everyone else is single file racing right now. Number 8 car is going to clear the entire field going backwards. Jump back down. Make sure he picks up the 84, and they're probably going to work some magic here. With how far off they are of this main group, it is possible they're going to maybe get a run to the outside. We got 2 lanes forming once again. Number 66 car, Bubba Winningham, wanting to make his way up towards the front. Hasn't led a lap yet. Todd Mays still with the most laps led currently at 19. Bubba Winningham able to make that line work on the inside or on the outside with the number 77 of David Overstreet. He's the other admin pushing on that top line there. Bubba not able to make that top line get formed up together so far. Trying to pick up a little draft from that lead group there. The number 8 car and 77 get a great run on that outside. Bubba has to bail to the inside line here. That number 8's looking to head back towards the front. Number 54 car, Todd Mays, still leading the race. Being pushed by number 55 of Dean Wilkinson. I imagine Dean Wilkinson's just kind of lying in wait, happy with being in second place, happy with pushing Todd Mays to wherever he wants to be at this point. Honestly, so would I. We have 32 laps left in this race. We have to pit again anyways. They may throw another competition caution just to get everyone back together again. It's possible. Number 84 car coming off of turn 4 kind of got loose up there. Is forced to go to the outside here. So now we got 3 cars on the outside. Number 77 of David Overstreet, Dana Osborne, as well as Lynn McNeese. Making a challenge to these front cars now on that bottom line. Todd Mays and Dean Wilkinson are just comfortable where they're at. You've got contact going to turn 1 here. Take a look and see what happened here. This was between our 2 leaders. Let's go back to Todd Mays and see what happened. Ooh, this number 77 car comes down on Todd Mays on entry of that corner. Probably thought he was clear. Not quite clear enough. Barely touched the number 77, but he's able to make contact, or he makes contact with the 388 car of Douglas Johnson. Douglas Johnson gets a meatball flag because of that. Which brings our current leader to the number 8 car of Dana Osborne. With that, folks, we're going to head to commercial break. We'll be right back. And we are back. Pace car is still out on the track with the lights on, which means this time by we are probably going to get the 1 to go. But we're going to see our leaders come back down pit road. They're going to take whatever fuel they've spent so far, which means our next restart will also be single file again. Seeing 200 to 205 miles an hour coming into these corners. Turns 1 and 3. Dana Osborne's pit stop a little bit longer than normal, but than what the rest of the other drivers have been took, I should say. Which brings Dean Wilkinson, the number 55 car, in the lead in front of the guy that he's been pushing all race, the number 54 of Todd Mays. As you can see, we are 1 to go currently. Heading into turn 3 here. The number 9 car of Michael Pratt after he received that last meatball flag. Looks like he took a pit stop actually in lap 42 and never came back out, so he's out of the race. Currently our drivers right now, Dean Wilkinson. This is in order they're running currently. Dean Wilkinson, Todd Mays, Bubba Winningham, Lynn McNeese, and Tom Dixon finishing out or rounding out your top 5. Dana Osborne, Douglas Johnson, David Overstreet rounding out the rest of the field. Currently down to 8 drivers. Not the best thing that you want to see as a league, but I do understand it is a special race tonight. Not the whole league was ready to race tonight, it looks like. And we do appreciate the admins throwing up the race and having us broadcast this for them. And we are Glean Flag Grayson, and it looks like the number 77 was able to make it back to the field, but because you can't pass before the start-finish line, he has to make a huge checkup and not go anywhere. The number 54 car, Todd Mays, back to the lead here. Trying to get with his driver or his teammate, the number 55 car. They may not be teammates, but they sure have been working together all day. He's up to that 3rd lane as close to the wall as he can to get that 5-5 back with him. Let's see what they do from here. Bubba Winningham up to our leader right now. Let's see if he can get his lap led. Bubba Winningham is going to get his lap led, but on that outside line, Todd Mays and Dean Wilkinson making a run for the front. Todd peeks down, going to get some of the draft of the number 8 car, get that run, and he's probably going to go back up to the high side. They're thinking about it. Todd and Dean may just stay here for a minute. We still may have to pit at least one more time. We've got 25 laps left in this race. It is possible we're going to have to pit again, though. Todd Mays and Dean Wilkinson having some hard times getting to each other's bumpers, looks like. But they are far enough back to where if they can get bumper to bumper, they'll get a good run on the 8 car on the number 66 of Bubba Winningham. So if they can get there, they'll have a good run. The number 8 car of Dana Osborne to the wall, falling back down this pack. We've seen him do this a couple of times. Gets to the back of the pack, finds whoever he's trying to race with, and then he's back up towards the front again. This puts Todd Mays behind the number 66 car with the guy that he's been working with all night, the number 55, Dean Wilkinson. It looks like the number 8 car of Dana Osborne found who he wanted in David Overstreet. number 8 car of Dana Osborne hooks up to the back of this field here. Bubba not only leading 1 lap, has led the last 4, but he's back up to the wall. Possibly some contact coming into the corner between the 54 and the 66. The 66 car is going to fall back down to 3rd place. And he falls back in line. That puts Todd Mays in that 54 car back up in the front with the 55 pushing him again. '54 car of Todd Mays, still your leader, being pushed by the number 55 of Dean Wilkinson. Bubba Winningham, 3rd place driver. Len McNeese in that number 84 car. And Douglas Johnson, that 388 car, round out your top 5. This puts Dana Osborne, David Overstreet, and Tom Dixon towards the back of this pack, just lying in wait. We have got 21 laps left. We're going to get 20 laps to go at the start finish this time by. Once we get that, we may have to have a green flag pit stop. We'll see if they throw a caution to bring the field back together after that. But as of right now, I believe we are going to have to pit at least one more time. Can confirm that we do have 2 fast repairs on these vehicles tonight, so most of our drivers still have another one left except for Douglas Johnson. He's going to have to be a little more careful the remainder of this race. The number 54 of Todd Mays and 55 of Dean Wilkinson have been working great together all night. They're able to pull a gap now by staying bumper to bumper from the rest of the field. Now, is that intentional by Bubba to see if they can get a run back up to the front? But the rest of the field is kind of spread out. And the 55 and the 54 are the only 2 that are bumper to bumper. Our driver's still driving single file currently. Those top 2 cars are still pulling a little away a little bit at least. We've got about a 1/4 second lead over Bubba Winningham at this point in time. They're not far enough out of that draft for them to pull away, but they are running faster speed-wise on Bubba Winningham. The back of the pack back here. Let's go back to Dana Osborne. They're trying to get it 2 wide racing here. Dana Osborne and David Overstreet may have been playing this safe. Make sure they're good on fuel before they start pushing, because here they come. They aren't wasting any time getting back up to this lead. That had to have been it. They were just waiting for the right time to make that move to the outside line, because David Overstreet within 2 corners back to the lead. Not able to make the 8, not able to clear that gap though. He gets shut out to the outside. The number 77 of David Overstreet makes that move to the bottom line a little too soon and leaves the driver out to dry of Dana Osborne, who just spent that time to get him up front. Number 55 car gets shoved below the yellow line, loses the guy he's been working with, Todd Mays, by the 411 car of Tom Dixon. Dana Osborne able to hold on to the outside line without a teammate, able to keep it going here. The 77 keeps trying to peek up to give the 8 car some kind of run. The number 8 car run off the corner here, but the number 66 of Bubba Winningham is coming strong. We are 2-ride racing, folks, with 15 laps to go. These drivers finally making it interesting. Not their fault entirely, I understand. Not their fault at all, actually. I understand we only have 60% fuel, so they're going to have to wait until they have the green flag to make it the rest of the race. Number 8 car, Dana Osborne, to the lead. Bubba Winningham back up front, being pushed on that outside line by the number 84 car of Len McNeese. The number 77 car has kind of fallen off of the number 8 car, Dana Osborne, which is going to slow that inside line down significantly. Todd Mays' favorite driver is up on that high line right now in that 55 car. Let's see if they link back up together. They head back towards the front. Number 66 of Bubba Winningham currently in your lead, coming off of turn 4, but that inside line has a great run. Number 8 and 66 switching off, corner by corner. The number 54 car of Todd Mays does get with his driver, the number 55 Dean Wilkinson. They're up on that top line now, trying to make that work. The number 77 on the inside line, David Overstreet, behind Dana Osborne, trying to make that line work. Coming up on 10 to go here in a couple of laps. Only Bubba Winningham and David Overstreet on that inside line. Everyone else to the outside of those 2 drivers. That outside line is going to get a great run here. If everyone can keep it together. The number 8 car back to the high side. We've seen him do this a few times now. He may get shuffled back, but he's maybe looking for the driver that he wants to work with. Todd Mays still in the, just heading down to the bottom line now, trying to get back towards the 55 car of Dean Wilkinson, who is now running in 3rd place, leading that top line. Never mind, he just drops down to the inside line here, leaves Dana Osborne up there and leaves the 411 of Tom Dixon up on that high line by themselves. Currently our leader is Lynn McNeese with Douglas Johnson in behind him. Todd Mays officially has led the most laps of the race at 29. We're at 10 to go currently. Everyone kind of filtering through, pushed down to the bottom under that yellow line here. Number 84 checks out. He's going to the back as well. That leaves the 388 in the lead. So that leaves Dean Wilkinson in second place with his favorite driver a couple cars back. Dana Osborne and that number 8 Skull car back to the inside line and the back of the field. Todd Mays now 2 cars behind Dean Wilkinson. Only person in his way right now is Bubba Winningham, but they do have the 411 of Tom Dixon on their outside. There's nowhere really Todd Mays can go to get back to the 55. In chat, we got Briscoe just won the Southern 500 and Reddick the regular season champ. Good race. I'll have to go back and watch the highlights of that. Maybe that's where some of the drivers are tonight. The 55, Dean Wilkinson still pushing around Douglas Johnson, that 388 car. But we are side-by-side racing. Bubba Winningham on the inside of Tom Dixon, about 3 rows back. Dana Osborne still in the back of this field, just has to be lying in wait. We've seen him do this 2 or 3 times now, and he's always back up towards the front. Not sure if he's toying with people or if this is a fuel strategy. We've got 8 laps left to go. I would imagine that we can make it at this point, and then we don't see everybody taking pit stops. The number 66 car went to go block the 411's move to the outside. Nothing there though. It's not able to get that run. I mean, I'm sure at this point Todd Mays would love the number 66 car in the 411 to go to the top side and try to make that outside line work so he can get back with Dean Wilkinson. Dean Wilkinson still pushing the number 388. Actually, not really pushing right now, but still drafting second place here. All of our drivers single file racing right now. Makes me wonder, are they going to have to pit? Or is everyone just saving fuel at this point and waiting till the last couple of laps? We're at 6 laps to go. Douglas Johnson still your race leader. We're getting our 5 laps to go this time by. We are at 5 laps to go. The 8 car in the back, Dana Osborne, peeking out to the outside to see if he's got anybody with interest out there. Haven't seen it yet. Here we go to the outside, the 84 car and the number 8 car making their moves. We got 4 laps left to go. We are back to double wide racing. The number 54 car of Todd Mays to that outside line. Let's see if Dean Wilkinson is able to hop up there with his teammate or with his driver. I'm going to call them teammates because that's the way they've been acting all night. We are 2 wide, all rows back now with these 8 drivers left in this race. 3 laps to go. 388 kind of drifts up the track here. Almost makes contact with the lead car in the 84 of Lynn McNeese with Dana Osborne pushing right behind. Coming into these corners when there's drivers on the outside of that car, it looks like he gets pulled up the track, maybe gets loose, or the car gets tight and he's not able to make the turn into the corner. But now the number 84 of Lynn McNeese, Dana Osborne, and Todd Mays, number 55 car of Dean Wilkinson, bails on the 388, gets up behind his teammate in the 54 car. They're going to work some magic here. Let's see if they can get up towards the front. Those 2 cars are clear to the inside. 84 and 8 to the inside of this race, or inside line. That leaves Todd Mays and Dean Wilkinson to the outside, the 2 best pushers that we've seen all night tonight. Let's see how they manage this. We've got 2 laps left to go. We're going to get the white flag next time by, as long as we don't have an accident on this lap. Not gonna lie, I'm rooting for Todd Mays here. They are getting real close on that drafting here, and getting that side draft going. Those 2 lanes are almost crammed into one. Making sure that inside line can't go anywhere, and they are stuck on that yellow line. Todd Mays. Dean Wilkinson. We've got 1 to go, folks. Lynn McNeese currently our lap leader. Dana Osborne pushing behind him in that skull green number 8 car. Lynn McNeese currently our leader. The outside line, the middle lines blocks the outside from making any kind of move. They're out of the picture here. We're going to have a drag race coming out of turn 4 here. That number 55 has got to get on the bumper of Todd Mays in that 54 car and just glue it there. Blow it up. Number 8 car comes up the track, makes contact. We're spinning. Now it's a drag race between the 84 car and the 54 car. They make contact. Dean Wilkinson, we're going to get it right at the line. Todd Mays takes it. Dean Wilkinson in second, Lynn McNeese in third, Tom Dixon in fourth, Douglas Johnson fifth, David Overstreet sixth, Bubba Winningham seventh, and Dana Osborne in that number 8 car is going to come home in 8th place after that incident on the last lap. Exciting finish for a race that was long. In these Gen 4 Cup cars, that was 80 laps here at Talladega for the NSRA. They will be back next week, part of their regular season racing. Next week, we will be running at Michigan International Speedway on September 8th. Little bit of a mix-up from Superspeedway Racing, but excited to be with these folks for this. Congratulations to Todd Mays. Let's see if we want to do interviews tonight. The 411, Tom Dixon still on the track tonight. He's making his way to pit road. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back. This was the NSRA Sunday Shootout Series Labor Day special. We're going to run a commercial break for this. Is brought to you by Chevyland. We're going to run a commercial break here for Chevyland. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Bubba Winningham, and welcome to Chevyland.
All right, folks. Again, that was our Labor Day special for the NSRA Sunday Shootout Series. 80 laps here at Talladega. All the drivers signed off, so we won't be doing any interviews tonight. That being said, folks, stay tuned for Tuesday night. The SCSRA next Blue Team Alpha Truck Series will be taking on Iowa Speedway. In both the Truck Series and Next Gen Series, ASR Tour is having an off week thanks to Labor Day tomorrow. But you never know. Maybe we'll go live and do something else. Who knows? That being said, folks, this is David. I'm out. You guys have a good rest of your night. Again, like, subscribe, do all the fun things. Hit the alert bell so you know when we go live. We'll see you on the next one.